Hello and welcome to today's update on the trailer project. This is done as a sort of like a voiceover to the video that I've already filmed, so just pointing that out now just so you probably wonder why the audio might sound a bit different to what's visually going on, but I'll try and sort of talk you through what I've been doing and what sort of the updates are. So the first thing we were tackling, what I was showing off there, is that we've still got the screws in the trailer and the edges are still pretty rough and stuff, so one of the things that we were challenging today was basically get the screws out. That's pretty standard, just sort of like sanding over the tops of the metal frame and stuff and sort of tidying it up a little bit. The ramps, obviously you can see here, I've bought some ramps. Don't think I've shown these off yet, so there they are. They look a bit rough, but they were a really good price. Ramps are pretty expensive if you know sort of about trailers and that sort of thing, but they're really long, really wide, exactly what I wanted, and a really good affordable price. Those will be getting touched up in today's video. We'll be sanding them down and cleaning them and sort of painting them up, and they look loads better at the end, which you'll see. Still no jockey wheel added on. We've got one but not done that yet. Onto the wheels now, which I'm showing you. They look pretty poor, as you can see. They'll be getting addressed in today's video. Have got tyres for those, not going on in the video, but they've basically been put on like after this video has been filmed, which is like now in real world, because this was yesterday it was filmed, and then sort of editing and doing the sound recording today. But tyres are on, not going to really film that. It's kind of tyres, pretty standard. I can't do that, someone else has to put them on for me. But you can see I'm taking them off now, nothing too exciting, but just for a bit of video context of what's going on, I suppose, in general. Pretty easy to get them off, just a 4-bolt standard, like a car basically. Just rolling them off. First one off. So the plan with the wheels, obviously, you can see the condition of them is pretty rough. So we obviously want to sand them down slightly, give them a nice clean, and then add a first layer of primer, and then the paint that will be going on. You can see me just faffing around here with the jack. There we go, back onto the tyre now. So just a bit of a wire brush over the tyre to get rid of some of like the old existing paint that's left on the wheel, and some of the bits that stuck to the wheel that might be like from the road use, or just in general, just dirt and stuff you don't really want on there. So it's just loosening all them products off the wheel, getting it all clean and ready for basically being washed, I suppose. So cleaning the wheel now, just with like a standard sponge, clean it with whatever you want. Not saying this is a tutorial, but just in general of how I was going about it. Halford's deal, £7, sponge, soap, bucket, cloths. Can't complain, that's what we went for. It did the job. The wheel doesn't look great, to be honest. I didn't put as much time as I could have done. The other 2 wheels that we did when Alex got here to help me, they were done a lot better than what I did, but there's my little helper running off then. But yeah, onto the other wheel. Just it doesn't really add anything having this part in, but it just shows that we did both wheels. I basically did 2 at a time, so did one side, left the jack on, then did the other. Not that that really matters. So onto the painting anyway. Just your standard primer from Halford. They're like £8 something. Like, I'm not going to be like, this is how you're going to spray paint, because I'm not very good at painting, to be honest. I just kind of, you can see, like, just going for like a light coverage of the whole wheel, trying to get like the full thing covered is what we go for really. And as you can see in the background on the right hand side, that is the first sort of layer or 2, I can't remember specifically, but basically getting a full coverage but a light coat, and then the same thing with the second one. The good thing about this is with the tyres on, it means that we can paint the wheels very easily and then just go and put the new tyres on, so it's sort of saved a bit of a hassle of not getting paint on new tyres. And then I did do about 3 layers of primer, I think it was 3 or 4 possibly, and then jumped onto the black, which was just a satin black. Nothing too adventurous really. Like, it would have been cool to go with the colour, but I didn't want the trailer to look tacky, so I was like, we'll just go with the standard black. Just looks smart really for what the wheel is. It's just a wheel at the end of the day, it's not going to blow anyone away, but black just seems to sort of work, I think, for just what looks really best and easy to paint as well. Jumping onto the ramps now. So I didn't actually film us sanding them or cleaning them, but Alex did sand them all down with sandpaper and a wire brush, using different sand grits and stuff to get like a nice sort of finish, without sort of spending too much time on it. It was like a good like half an hour to an hour-ish of just sanding on them just to get them sort of ready to paint really. So this was the first can. This wasn't originally in the plan, but it was just, we had spare paint, so we kind of did it. You can see now I've got cramp in my finger and I started like whinging about it. So yeah, Alex took over the painting after this part of the video. But yeah, so that was the first can basically, which we also sprayed the 4 wheels with just 1 can, surprisingly. Probably could have put more paint maybe on the wheels, but I did like 3 or 4 coats on every wheel, so the cans were quite impressive. So we had a full can and then like a bit of that can, which didn't really do too much, but we did basically have enough paint with the second can to cover the whole top side of the ramps in black, which I don't really see trailer ramps in black, but it's just better than what they looked like. I'm aware that this probably won't stick very well because of like weather and all that sort of stuff that might hit them, but it's better than what they are, as you can see there. I mean, the ramp standard to the ramp painted with the first couple of layers at least, and then just touching up the sides, which is quite therapeutic to watch, I think. But they did look really good in the end, which they still look really good now. Don't know how long they'll stay like that for. But yeah, that's kind of the main thing. You can see the wheel there that was done. We did manage to get around the edge of the trailer with the wire brush. You can see the wheels are on. They look pretty great, I think, for what they are. I don't know if I show off much of the bed. I kind of cleaned it up a little bit, like with a bit of soap, but it's a bit harder. It needs kind of a jet wash really to get it cleaned up fully. All the screws we got out and everything like that. The ramps are done. It's pretty simple, not too much going on really this week with updates on the trailer. Obviously, like you can see, it is just the ramps and getting the wheels painted, and then just tidying up the bed ready for the wood, which we have already ordered and it is on its way. You can just see the edge there where I've sort of zoomed in, where don't really know if I showed it off too much before, but there was like a sealant around the edge, which we've pulled all that up, sanded that all flat, and then sort of wiped it over slightly, so it looks a bit better. And you can see the rear lights they look pretty good, to be fair, for what they are. Originally they were like coated in like mud and stuff, so a nice bit of sponge and soap on them is to clean them right up. And just a nice little close up on the ramps. But yeah, hopefully today's been informative and a little good watch. And until next time, guys, with the updates on the trailer. Thanks for watching.